Good day, this is Elijah Paul on your screen once again. So, today I'm going to be talking about the components of wealth. Money is not wealth, riches is not wealth. Whenever we talk about riches, what comes to mind most of the time is money, properties, assets. You see, as good as these things sound, there is a sense of fulfillment that these things alone cannot give you. A man that is whole and complete is a wealthy man. And I will be sharing with you the components that makes for wealth so that it will stand as a yardstick for measuring wealth. When you see a man boasting that he is rich, you can use this yardstick and look at it. To what extent is this claim? To what extent is what he profess is? So the component of wealth, number one, is sense of fulfillment. You see, there is something money alone cannot give you. Except your money is tied to a why, there is a vacuum in man that money alone cannot satisfy. Until your pursuit for money, your pursuit for wealth, your pursuit for influence is tied to a why, it's tied to a purpose that will give you a sense of fulfillment. I tell you, you will make money, but then there will be a void that nothing can fill. This is one of the reasons why rich people, some of them you find them committing suicide. The news and statistics are online. A lot of wealthy people still living miserable because money alone cannot satisfy. Money alone cannot give you fulfillment. That is why, as you are pursuing what brings about money, you should also ensure that your life and your pursuit is attached to a higher purpose. Because you can set a goal that you want to make, let's say $200 billion, and if you apply and follow through to the principles that make for making money, earning money, you're going to arrive there. But you will discover that after you arrive there will still be a longing in the soul. So the highest need of a man is not even money. There is a desire of the soul. There is something the soul longs for, which is the sense of fulfillment. Number two is mindset. You see, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. You see, it is mindset that determines your sustainability. It is mindset that determines replanability. There's any word like that. What I mean is, mindset will determine how much you can earn, how much you can sustain, how much you can multiply, and how much you can reproduce. It is not enough to earn. You must be able to create a system whereby you can multiply, you can sustain and replenish. So it is the right mindset that builds in you the requisite characters, the requisite virtues that you need for sustainability, that you need for consistent multiplication. You see, that is why your greatest asset in life is your mindset. You can lose money, but you cannot lose a mindset. So if you lose money, if you lose properties, if that mindset, if that body of knowledge and wisdom that you follow, that principles you follow to make that money, to earn that money, is still intact, you can still rise to that point and break through that former threshold. So you should invest in your mind, because mindset is what defines a man. It is not what is in your hands that define you. The strongest factor that is connected to the soul that defines you is your mindset. Number three is time. Another strong component of wealth is time. You are not fully wealthy until you come to a point whereby, when we talk about freedom, we have what we call time freedom, we have what we call location freedom, and we have what we call financial freedom. These are three levels of freedom a man should strive to attain: location freedom, time freedom, and financial freedom. So until you come to a point whereby you've created systems that can replenish, that can keep producing money for you, that can keep producing inflow for you without needing your presence, we still have more work to do. That should be one of your destination. So if you keep exchanging your time always for money, such that you cannot be where you want to be, you cannot travel to where you want to travel to, you are not still fully wealthy. Because until you are able to create systems, whether through royalty, whether through multiple assets, streams of income, that ensure that even when you are asleep, there is an inflow. Just like the rich man in Babylon will describe it, you've created an army that can go to war, conquer, and bring back the spoils of war. So one of the things you should work on is to build systems that will ensure that you gain time freedom, whereby you can be anywhere and yet your finance is not disturbed. The next component of wealth is relationship. You are not fully wealthy until you have quality relationship, until you have quality people in your circle. You see, don't be so rich, don't be so money focused, as good as money is, that you can give up anything just to make money, that you don't mind giving up even people's life, you don't mind even giving up valuable relationship because you are pursuing after money. You should ensure that your relationship with men is intact. As a matter of fact, wise people use money to also build a relationship, because you see, we were created for network. We were created for community. Man was not created to be in isolation. As a matter of fact, you need people to earn. You exchange value with people. So you must ensure you build a relationship. 3 types of relationship you must work on building. Number 1 is relationship with those below you. Those below you. Number 2, those at your level. Then number 3, those ahead of you. They can be mentors, they can be friends, peers, and all. So those below you, because you cannot fully tell of what can become of a man who is still undergoing process. So you must ensure you build a relationship, valuable relationship, quality relationship with those below you, those at your level, and those above you. Then the last component of wealth is value. You see, value is what makes for financial inflow. Value is one of the factors that makes for financial inflow. In value, we have wisdom, we have knowledge, we have product and services. One of the factors, or the factors that will determine the relevance of your inflow, is the quality of what you do, who you do it for, how good you are at what you do, the difficulty in replacing you. So you must ensure you keep investing in your mind, you keep investing in knowledge, so that you can go to that point whereby your value can attract wealth for you. So you must ensure you build knowledge, you must invest in value, you must enhance your value, because as a matter of fact, money is only an effect. Money is an effect of value. Money flow in along the tides of value. So you must ensure you enhance your value. You must ensure you improve your value, because it is your value that determines the inflow of your life. So 2 types of value, 2 types of knowledge or wisdom you should ensure that you build. Number 1, I call it the slow lane to wisdom or value, and number 2, the fast lane to wisdom. So your value can be product based, service based, whatsoever. So the slow pace is through trials and error, that you want to do everything by yourself, where you can leverage. You want to pass through the pain. You want to, instead of you to, when there are already systems that you can follow, where there are already routes that has been created to shorten your journey and your learning curve. So you want to just do everything by yourself. At the end of the day, you end up exhausting yourself. And mind you, if you follow through the route, the slow lane, you will still arrive at a destination, but then you might have wasted so much strength, you might have wasted so much time, which are unnecessary. So the fast lane, which I will always advise you follow, is through mentorship, coaching, podcasts, studies, and all. Investing on the resources, leveraging the resources of those that have gone ahead. A man can summarize 50, 30 years of his life, his labor, his struggles in a book, in a course, and you said you don't want to buy and get that course. So rather you choose to go and start through the process, start through the cycle again. It's not necessary. So through resources, men have summarized their journey, 50-year journey. Some of them, they're no longer even alive. They're no longer alive again. They've transited from this world. But through resources, through courses, you can still, benefit from their mind. You can still benefit from their experience. So if you are wise, you will choose the fast lane of building value. So these are the components of wealth. The next time a man claims that he is wealthy, these are the yardstick. These are the things you should look into. It is in value that assets, other things becomes the effect. So I hope this has helped to transform your mind. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Bye.